What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another college basketball video. It is Tuesday, November 11th. We got some more college basketball action that we got to dive into for here tonight. One of my favorite plays that I'm going to break down off of this slate here today. I'm looking at three different games that we're going to dive into here in this video. But before we do that, we do got to jump over there to the Guy Boston Sports website. After each of these videos, that's where I put all of my final plays. So make sure you check that out, guys. You'll find a link right down there in that pinned comment that'll send you over there. So let's go ahead and jump over there before we get into tonight's action. That way we can recap our plays from Sunday. Let's see what we put in then and how that all ended up going down. We got Sunday, we just put one play in. We focused in on that Indiana and Marquette game. We took Indiana in the first half on the money line, put a full unit in on that one, and it does cash. 1-0 on the day for Sunday. And that does conclude the first week of college basketball action, guys. We did keep it light throughout the week, only 2 to 3 plays typically per night. Like I said, just one play on Sunday. We finished the week 9-7. We're up 3/4 of a unit, so nothing crazy, right? Nothing to write home about. But starting off the season on a positive note, let's look to build on that and stack up on those units, guys. There's nothing else to do but to dive into the action for tonight. Smash that like button down there for me if you can, man, and hit subscribe if you have not already. Let's go ahead and get into this first game. It's going to be tipping off at 7 p.m. I'm looking at my hometown team, the Dayton Flyers, taking on, well, my new hometown team, the Cincinnati Bearcats. I'm a Dayton Flyers fan, though. But we're going to keep this one non-biased, man. We're not looking at the spread. I'm looking at the total in this one. Cincinnati, man, they've been a tough defensive-minded program under Coach Wes Miller. Historically, his teams have been among the best in terms of defensive efficiency, in terms of limiting opponent scoring. They've also started this season out with the fifth adjusted defensive efficiency ranking per Ken Palm. They held teams to just 65 points per game last year. That was 24th in the nation. They typically play at a slower, more deliberate pace than many of the college basketball teams here in the modern era. This naturally is going to lead to some lower scoring games. End of the day, man. They played to an adjusted tempo that ranks just 119th in the Ken Palm, but Dayton, man, they've played even slower. 352nd in the Ken Palm right now for adjusted tempo through their first two games. They come in with a adjusted defensive efficiency that's sitting at 54th, so playing well on that side of the ball also, man. And typically when these two teams meet, the rivalry and the intensity often leads to a lower scoring defensive focus, just grind it out type of game, man. These two, they met just last year in Cincinnati. That one landed well underneath the mark of 137.5 that game was set at. Finished at just 125. That was a game that Cincinnati won 66-59. 24 of the Bearcats' last 36 games have hit under. 3 of the 4 combined games between these two so far this year have also hit to the under. And they're both defensive-minded teams, man, with the rivalry factor in play here. I'm on the under here in this game, man. Under 146.5. And next time I'm going to be looking at 8 p.m. tip-off time. We got Kentucky taking on Louisville. Man, it's another rivalry game here. It's the battle for the Bluegrass, right? That's what they call it around there, man. And each of those teams, they're coming into this one ranked. Kentucky sitting at 9th. Louisville sitting at 11th. Louisville is favored here in this one, man. Their home court advantage is most likely the reason why. These rivalry games, they tend to even the talent gap, right? And a wild home court crowd like that at the KFC Yum Center could definitely help tip the balance in Louisville's favor. But with that said, man, Kentucky is rated number 1 overall in the Ken Palms right now, 10 spots higher than that of Louisville, who's coming in at 11th. It just feels like, with it being a rivalry game, with it being on Louisville's home court, that the line is a little inflated, towards the Louisville side, man, in their favor, right? They do boast the third best offense in the nation, according to Ken Palm. That's centered around elite play out of their backcourt and three-point shooting. But Kentucky, they bring a defense to the court that sits at 4th in the Ken Palms. And the Cards' ability to shoot the lights out is definitely going to be challenged here against the Wildcats. So Kentucky has also won the last 3 straight head-to-heads between these two, man. They're 8-2 against the Cardinals in their last 10 games. Those kind of psychological advantages, man, I do think that they factor into college basketball, man, a little more than what we see in the pros even. Now, even though it was against lesser competition, man, Kentucky's offense did look elite in their last game, and if their shots start to fall here early, man, the Wildcats are capable of not only blowing past this spread, but just blowing this game wide open, man, and winning this one outright. So I'm catching the points with Kentucky here in this one against Louisville. Then the last game I'm going to be looking at 8:30 p.m. tip-off time. We got Texas Tech taking on Illinois. Illinois, man, they're going to have the home court advantage here in this one, playing at State Farm Center. This is going to be Texas Tech's first true road game against a ranked opponent in non-conference play since 2013. Man, that's a huge challenge this early into the season. Illinois, they've looked dominant to begin the year as well, man, averaging 113 points per game through their first 2 games with an emphasis on a strong interior presence. They outscored Florida Gulf Coast 48-28 in the paint their last time out. They also put up a high volume of three-point attempts, man. They went 11 for 31 from beyond the arc. Now, their new core is clicking, right? Led by Boswell. He had 31 points and 10 rebounds against Florida Gulf Coast. And then Merkovich as well, 17 points and 11 rebounds from him. Those two just dominating on the glass and dominating down low, like I said, man, in the paint. Illinois, they also hit an absurd 88% shooting from the free throw line. It's not like they shot a small amount, man. 34 free throws. They knocked in 30 of them. So, really shooting well over there, really playing efficiently on the offensive end. And just from a scoring standpoint, just really, really putting some points up on the board. Texas Tech, though, they're coming in with an elite duo of their own, man. Forward JT Top, and he had 31 points, 14 boards versus Sam Houston in their last game. And then they also got Christian Anderson, a guard who's averaging 26 points per game and 9 assists to begin the year as well. So Texas Tech also went 8-2 on the road last season, man. But this is a different team. This is a younger team, and they're now going into a hostile environment against a top tier opponent in the Illini. I think I'm with Illinois here, man, with their home court advantage and that strong offensive display that we've seen from them so far. They are controlling the paint, they're generating easy looks while also taking efficient shots from outside. They're shooting extremely well from the free throw line. They're running on offense, they're scoring in transition. So yeah, man, I like the Illini here in this game on the spread. I don't mind looking at it over here in this one either, man, with both of the offenses that we have here. Now, Illinois, they're going to want to push the tempo, and they should control the pace here at home. They are 29th for adjusted tempo so far in the Ken Palm. So I think we get up and over that 162.5 mark that's set here for this one. Guys, that is going to wrap it up here for another college basketball video. Hope you enjoyed the show today. Hope you found the content helpful and useful. And if you did, please don't forget to smash that like button on your way out. Hit subscribe if you have not already. And that's going to do it, man. Hope you guys all have yourself a great Tuesday night. Hope you guys all cash out. I'm going to see you back tomorrow for the next one.